also be highlighting our vendors. So, Rico, you want to do a little housekeeping?
Yes, I should. Thank you, Jesse. While we're here, this is the first morning session. Like you said, it's going to be jam-packed, so please, there is on the agenda, note a couple lines there. Use every line, right away as thoughts come to you. And tonight we're going to party at my mansion. So just save enough steam for that today. So the lunch vouchers, I want to make sure everybody knows clearly about lunch. We have a coupon here, so when we break out to lunch at 2 o'clock, the people that are in the big bash tonight, in the party, in the presentation portion of it, we're going to go through a rehearsal, 2 to 3. So those people, if they can stay here when we end the workshop, that's perfect. The others can go to lunch at the Aviation Grill in the front. And before you go, I have tickets that you can keep, and they give you $20 off your lunch. So be sure to see me for a ticket. And Jesse, anything else? The parking. We also have the parking vouchers. So be sure to see me for a different ticket, and that'll give you $12 for the day leaving from the parking lot, which is usually like $45. So it's there for you.
Wow. We're always trying to save meal thinkers dime every chance we get. So thank you, Rico. We are looking forward to really interacting with you. We're going to be featuring the vendors, the business people who you see in the room. You're going to get a chance to upsell. You're going to get a chance to pitch their product to you. In the spare time you have, please support the vendors that have brought forth their products here. Take a look at them. And they're going to come up and each one's going to talk about them during the course. But the main event is Natasha's workshop.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited to be a part of this here. And we have a master of ceremonies, the person with the mostest in terms of personality. She is no joke. She is the one that's going to come up here and open up this powerful workshop that we all going to experience today. And she's done a lot of work around this. She's a very, I don't know, very fiery person. She's, since I got to know her, she don't let no grass grow under your feet. She's always trying to keep you thinking. And she go outside the box and you be scratching your head. What did she really say? Well, that person that's going to come up and open this up is our master of ceremonies for this morning, is Julie Wallace. So let's give a round of applause.
Oh man, you stole my line. Anybody know what this is?
Was I in the way?
Hey,
You're fine.
Hopefully yours is in better shape than mine. I use it a little bit. Whoops.
hopefully yours is in better shape than mine. I used mine a little bit there.
We want it to be in that shape.
Okay. Well, see, I was taught to never write in the books and things, so now mine's okay. Let me get started here. First of all, did you know that today is National Smile Day? It's World Smile Day. October 1st is World Smile Day. So what are you going to do about it? That's the picture I want. Okie dokie. Before I begin the workshop, I did want to say that tonight's event is, we have all been looking forward to tonight's event. And I think that some of us have spent a whole lot more on how we look this evening than we do all year long on what we spend on what we look like. Got distracted, sorry about that. There, we are looking so forward to going back to that mansion where we'll see that we're actually going to be living in it as each one of those powerful, super children grew up and arrive at this reunion. So we have an opportunity for you, if you would be interested in portraying one of the gentlemen's part. We've had a couple of people that haven't shown up yet. And what we'll do is entail only walking down the red carpet in your fancy goods we talk about that character entering the room. So it wouldn't be, you wouldn't have to present or anything. We just need a couple more gentlemen if they'd walk down the aisle while we talk about the part, the character arriving at the reunion. If you would be willing to help this is a fantastic opportunity because you could take it as far as you want to go. You can be here just to this evening, just for the walking the carpet, or there might be additional opportunities. So this is a fantastic, you'll be helping us out, but I really truly believe in the bottom of my heart that it's going to provide a lot more openings for you. And I can't talk about it because it's not mine to own yet, but we share a moonshot. What did I want to say? Oh, I said all that. Okay, we're going to talk about this. Welcome to Natasha's workshop. It's Natasha Stockoff-Kemp's Love Workshop. If you need it. So I want you to sit back and prepare to be transported back into the Miss Annabelle story where you will experience her students' creations. Natasha Kemp is the famous radio show host with popular workshops all over the world. She helps individuals as well as couples, if you'll remember, find that deep motivational root within themselves in order to hold that first falling in love feeling for the first time. The workshop is going to give you the tools and the confidence to create beautiful relationships, whether you have that special someone or are looking for them or not. This will benefit all your relationships, business, family, romantic, and friendship. Today's special guests will be sharing their examples of their deep motivational experience, and they'll finish up with other hints and exercises to help us stay healthy in mind and body as you soar to your highest potential. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Natasha Kemp.
Hi everyone, as you heard, my name's Natasha. I'm so happy you guys are here. Wow, we're gonna have some fun today. You guys ready to have some fun?
Yes.
Wonderful. So, you guys may have heard of me from my radio show or some of the workshops that I've done. I do a lot of workshops online these days too. So, you might have seen me there, but however you're down here, I'm just happy that you're here. So, first of all, I want everyone to get to know each other a little bit. I'm sure you know each other, but if you can stand up, and I want you to just turn to the person to your left first. Let's go left. And shake their hand. Say hi.
That's the finest theater. That's the finest theater. Finest theater.
All right, go back in your seats. We'll have plenty of time for socializing later on, but I just want you guys to get a little bit loosed up and have some fun. So, first I want to do a little exercise. We're all energy, everything is energy, and we have energy within inside us. We are energetic beings first, right? We're energy, body, energy, and mind. And what I want to do is a little exercise to show you the power of your energy. So feel into yourself, your energy, feel in, kind of feel that energy of that, and just drop into you. And then I want you to take your energy and project it somewhere else. Real quick, you take it into a subject that's not just someone else or something else, but why don't you project it to me? All your energy to me is it. Whoa, you guys are really powerful. Oh my gosh, I felt that. That was amazing. You guys have amazing energy. And what I want you to do is bring that energy back to yourself and pull it on yourself and see if you're feeling different. After projecting it away and bringing it back, you should feel a little different. You should realize that's how you should feel all the time. Be the one behind your eyes. Be the one seen as your true self. Because what happens is we disperse our energy all the time. We thinking about what happened yesterday, the bill I have to pay, what my husband did, what my wife did. We're got our energy in everybody else's world. But when we bring our energy back to ourselves, we are literally being present. And we're being us. And that's what I want you guys to do. You guys can listen to everybody, all the speakers that are coming up today, and listen to us, but be yourself as you're listening. And that creates true presence. So I just wanted to start it out that way so we could get started. A little bit about me. So my name is Natasha, and I started out in a normal household. And when I was in the 3rd grade, I had this teacher, and you're going to meet her later today. I had this teacher, and she changed the trajectory of my life and the life of 11 other kids who were in her class. And some of them even went on to be Nobel Prize winners because of the way she was teaching. And she taught us something completely different than anyone else. I wouldn't be here today talking to you guys without this. And when we were in school as young children, as 8 or 9-year-olds, we were coming up with breakthroughs. Amazing breakthroughs. And I came up with a breakthrough when I was just 9 years old to help save my parents' marriage. And it was so interesting. I just remember, because of the way Miss Annabelle taught us to use our minds, I was able to see through the essence and see what was going on. My mom and dad were fighting all the time, and I didn't like it. I was not happy with them fighting. But instead of getting upset, I watched them. I watched what they did and what they were fighting about. And all they were fighting about was my mom was feeling like dad was gone all the time. You see, my dad was a successful businessman. He was a successful contractor. He built these beautiful homes. And he took so much pride in building his homes, but mom was worried, I found out when I talked with her, that dad was going to leave her like her dad left his mom and found somebody else. So when he wasn't there all the time, she was just worried about that. So what I did is I basically said, Mom, what you need to do is what would be good for you to do is get interested in your work, because Dad takes me to those houses, and when he does that, he shows me every room. He's so excited and shows me every room and everything. This is his value. This is what he loves to do. And he'll take me through every room and show me why it's that way. And he works really hard to create this lifestyle so we could live in those houses. And he works really hard to create money for my kid, for my brothers and sisters and myself. And so what would be really cool is if you can take pride in his work and you can take interest, that will build him up. And that will make him even happier. And you know what happened when I did that? Exactly like I said, their relationship got stronger. They started hugging and kissing, and I'd never seen them do that before. And they were just enjoying each other's company. And Mom went with him and would go to these houses, and they were even working on plans together. So their creations, she was creating and she was supporting his value creation. You see, there are differences, physical differences in men and women, but there's also motivational differences. A man's motivation is literally his work. That's basically his motivation. But the woman has a dual motivation. She's motivated by possibly motivated by rearing the children and supporting her husband's works. But also, she can have her own career as well. So this is why this worked for my mom. That's how my workshops got started. So I was basically So this is a love workshop, and I know it sounds a little different that we're talking about this, but what if you don't know who you are, you can't be in a relationship with someone. You have to know you first. You have to know your deep motivational root. And that's what I discovered through the Miss Annabelle's teachings, is how to find that. So we're gonna do little exercises today and help you guys find that for yourselves. How's that sound? So get a piece of paper. Well, I'm sorry, before you get the paper, I want to do another little exercise. I'm gonna have you guys close your eyes again and think back to that child of the past. Think back to when you were a little kid. Maybe 6 or 7. What did you do? Were you happy? What kind of things did you do? What made you tick? What was fun for you? Did you pretend? Did you do a lot of pretending? You know, what kind of things were interesting to you? Did you play outside? This will give you a good idea of the person you were meant to be, because we all are the person we are meant to be. It's just locked kind of deep inside us. So now open up your eyes. And also think about the things you like to do as you got older, you know, your interests. What's your favorite subject in school, maybe? And pretty soon, in a minute, we're going to write down all the things you like to do, like on the evenings and weekends, something you're pulled back to. What kind of books do you like to read? And these are clues to finding out your essence. So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to write down all the different things that you like to do that interest you. Not everything, but about 5 minutes. I didn't even look at my time. Hopefully that was about 5 minutes, probably 3 or 4 minutes, but anyway, you get an idea. So these are the clues, and also the books you like to read, because for me, I was always interested in psychology, the mind, the brain, how the brain works, human development, how we really tick, what makes us tick is really what was exciting to me. I love studying people. I love studying why people do what we do, you know, and how the mind and body connects. So I've studied about health, everything. I'm just really fascinated with all these different things, quantum physics, you name it. I'm just really geeky about all that kind of stuff. And so I started realizing and started trying to put my essence together and figure out what it was, and I realized I love to do workshops, and I like to speak. Sorry, I talk with my hands. I'm really glad I didn't have a microphone like this. I would be going like this. Anyway, so yeah. Because that's how I found my essence, is realizing that even when my husband, you know, instead of going out to dinner with my husband, instead of going and doing something, we'll have one night a week where we watch TV, because the rest of the time, I'm doing my essence. I'm reading, I'm studying, I'm going to school and getting more certifications and learning more and more stuff, because that's what makes me tick. And now I'm out there sharing my values with society. So this is what we're going to help you guys do. Now, does anyone know what their essence is and know what they want to do? Did this help, like, figure it out? Or do you have any idea of something you could do, even maybe as a hobby? Chris, do you want to come up here and tell us? Other people do not to raise their hand. I know, they knew I was going to call on them.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was told by several people in my local area that I was going to use my voice for live radio or television, one or the other, or both maybe. So I'm humbled by it all, because when you're on live air, you got to be careful what you say on live air. There are 7 words you're not supposed to say in live air, and once you know them, you know, you're just, you're aware of them, but when you're on live air, you want to speak with encouragement to other people and show love through the message you present to other people. Love is the greatest of all, and that's what I want to be full of, is more love. I didn't have a lot of love when I was growing up by my parents, but you know, we all go through it. Maybe we didn't have a set of parents who were there for us when we were younger, but we can overcome that by getting mentors in our lives, and that mentor will help guide you in the field that you choose for your Friday night essence. So I say, go for it. Don't let anything hold you back. No matter how many obstacles come up in your path, figure out a way to get around them, over the top of them, underneath them, but keep going anyway. And never, never, never give up. That's what I got to say. Thank you.
Oh, that wasn't expected. I picked on the right person, didn't I? Wonderful. So when you're looking, if you get an idea of what you think you'd like to do, just think, could I even do this as a hobby? Because I think what happens is when we're trying to find our essence, we think, oh my gosh, I gotta make money for it tomorrow. I'll make money with this tomorrow. I can't make money with that. What we do is we don't think that it's possible. You know, I wanted to be a motivational speaker, and I was very shy growing up. So that wasn't possible for me. When I was a kid, I would have never thought that that would be something that I would do. So I had to evolve into who I am in order to find it. But you're just going to spark this one thing that you might want to do, and what's going to happen is it's going to evolve into something beautiful, and you will eventually be able to make money doing it. I think we get so caught up on this thing that's supposed to be big. Well, your essence isn't. That spark is small. It's like, you know, do you like to knit? Okay, I like to knit. That's my essence. You know, just do it as a hobby for a little while. So I think that's the key that a lot of people miss. Is when they're trying to find this thing, this deep motivational root, oh my gosh, I gotta find this big thing. No, it's not big, it could be very small. It will get bigger, but you have to nurture it. And you have to think about it, and you have to start putting in action to do it. Even if it's small action. Grow the seed, yes. You're planting a seed, and then you know, this is really interesting because you can't keep worrying about the seed either. This is how it was explained to me. One of my mentors had told me something, because this is kind of, when you put something out there to the universe, it's like you're planting a seed, but you just forget about it. You're supposed to detach. Well, I wasn't that person. I was the person that he said not to be. He said, you don't plant a seed in the ground and then dig it up to see if it's working, to see if it's growing. That's what I was doing with all my dreams. I was planting, they're like, is it working yet? So, no, that's never gonna work because you just destroyed it. So, I believe that, you know, we just need to start small. And the reason we're trying to find our passion in life is, you know, this is, like I said, this is a love workshop. So when you're living your passion, you're living the truth of who you are, and then you can be the person you were meant to be with that special someone. Because you're living your life, and then you're going to attract the person. If you're already with someone, you're going to attract them. If you're already with someone, you guys are going to grow together. If you're not with someone, you're going to attract the person that's more like you, because we attract who we are. So if you're out there dating and you're attracting losers, I'm sorry, you guys, no, I'm sure that that's happening to you. I'm just kidding, but kind of, because we do. I mean, it's basically, we could be a really good person, but what energy we're putting out there, we're getting back. And when I was at network marketing quite a few years ago, someone had told me that when you attract who you are, all your customers or client are coming because of your energy, because of you. So if you want, that's why we work on ourselves. That's why this workshop focuses on you working on you first and finding that deep motivational root. And that way you can find the love of your life and live that exhilarating life with the person that you love. And it's also about happiness. Because what creates happiness? Does anybody know what creates happiness? Where happiness comes from? You cheated. No, I was kidding. Yes. I'm joking. Creating values, yes. Building values for society. And that's what Miss Annabelle had taught me when I was in school, is that building values for society creates happiness. And we need that. We need people. We need to be able to get values out in society. Nothing feels better to me when I help a client and they actually get better. I don't care about the money. If I help someone and I've helped someone change their life because they worked with me, that's more valuable to me than any money you're gonna give me, because that's what makes the world go around, is values. There was another story that I wrote when I was in the 3rd grade, and it was in, so Miss Annabelle, students had created this thing called the Breakthrough News. And it was a little newspaper that all these little 8 and 9-year-olds, we all got together and created this because we were having so many breakthroughs. And everybody had a different essence, so they were creating all these different things. Well, I wrote a story in the Breakthrough News, a little tiny story, and it was called The Last Survivor. It was about a guy named Sergio, and he was the last one alive. And he didn't know, he was gonna kill himself because he was the only one alive in this world. And he loved music, and what he did is, right before he was gonna kill himself, he started creating this beautiful music and then started streaming it out into the universe for the civilization of the universe beings to experience it. And he was happy after that. It created happiness within him. So when he finally died, he died happy because he was able to share his value with the universe. So I wrote that when I was 9 years old. So everyone loved it. And Miss Annabelle said that Natty, you discovered the essence of happiness in that story. So that's basically what it is. We have to connect with that deep motivational root and share values. It's all about sharing values. And you know what's really interesting about value? That's another thing everyone gets wrong. They always think, well, I don't have a value. You know what? If you smile at someone, you're sharing a value. If you say a kind word, that's a value. We need to value ourselves as these, we're energetic beings. We're sharing values all the time. But finding your essence, we want to just keep sharing more and more and more. So that's why finding your essence is so important and connecting to you. Because once you're doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Because you won't feel like working. You'll have the burden. You'll feel like, oh my gosh, I get to get up and do this every day? This is amazing. And that's where we want to get everyone to be in that space. And like I said, don't worry about the money will come. You put the energy out there, you put the value out there, the money will come. So because of the value because of putting all these values out into society, I started thinking a lot with being in Miss Annabelle's class about wanting to live longer, because I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop creating values. And you guys are going to get that feeling too. Once you start creating so many values for society, you're not going to want to stop. You're going to do it forever. So I think eventually they're going to come up with something to slow down or stop aging. I don't know. I've got an inkling about that. I think something like that's going to happen. But I want to talk a little bit more about that towards the end. I can go ahead and start bringing up some of the special guests. I want to tell you about some of the special guests that we have here today. So this has never been done before. Usually my workshops is just me, but I've been separated from Miss Annabelle and my fellow students for 26 years. And as you heard at Rico's Mansion, we're going to have a party tonight. And you guys are all invited. I'm so excited. And so Yeah, so we're gonna have this party tonight, but some of these students decided they want to come, and Miss Annabelle as well, are gonna come and give you their essence and talk a little bit about Friday Night Essence. So I'm super excited to bring people up. This is gonna be so much fun. You guys are gonna have a great time listening to everyone and to all their essences and what they love to do. First of all, I think the first one we have is Jesse, and Jesse was affected by Miss Annabelle as well because he was one of her best friends, and she was the first person he talked to. They became really good friends, and they really enjoyed each other's company. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up Jesse.
I met Miss Annabelle in front of the school, the first day of school. I was the janitor at Duncan Elementary School in Chickawaw, New York. And I saw this beautiful woman standing outside of the school greeting these kids. She was so beautiful, but so reachable as she greeted the kids as they entered the class. And it was such a magnificent feeling watching her. And the radiation she put out toward those kids was pure love. All the other teachers was inside. She was out there standing, greeting them. So I followed her into her class, stood by the door, and she closed the door. She started singing The Impossible Dream. I became a confident, a loyal friend to Miss Annabelle and me and Angie. And during that course of that time, we developed a friendship that was based on pure love and deep